Papua New Guinea, a land of vibrant culture and immense natural beauty, is often celebrated for its rich traditions and breathtaking landscapes. However, beneath this picturesque surface, the nation has long been plagued by corruption, a shadow that looms over its progress and prosperity. The Paul Paraka scandal, a dark chapter in the nation's history, brought this issue to the forefront, revealing the extent of the corruption. Paul Paraka, a prominent lawyer, was found guilty of stealing millions of kina from the government, a betrayal that shocked the nation. This money, meant for essential services like healthcare and education, was diverted away from those who needed it most. Instead, it lined the pockets of a select few, betraying the trust of the Papua New Guinean people, and deepening the divide between the rich and the poor. The scandal sent shockwaves through the nation, exposing the vulnerability of PNG's institutions to greed and dishonesty, and igniting widespread outrage. For years, whispers of the scheme circulated, but fear kept many silent. The atmosphere of intimidation and retribution was palpable. That is, until Neville Devete, a man of unwavering integrity, decided he could no longer be complicit in the silence. His courage to speak out marked a turning point in the fight against corruption. Neville Devete, the Solicitor General of Papua New Guinea, was a man of principle. Tasked with upholding the law, he stumbled upon a series of irregular payments while reviewing government documents. The payments, all directed to Paul Paraka's law firm, were staggering in their amount. Millions of kina, meant for the betterment of the nation, were being siphoned away. Devete was immediately alarmed. He knew something was terribly wrong. These weren't just accounting errors. This was a deliberate and systematic looting of public funds. He found himself at a crossroads, facing a choice that would define his life and the future of his country. The decision to blow the whistle on corruption, especially one of this magnitude, was not an easy one. Devete was acutely aware of the risks involved. Powerful people, including high-ranking officials, were implicated in the scheme. Retaliation was not just a possibility, it was a near certainty. Despite the threats that loomed large, Devete's conscience wouldn't allow him to stay silent. He knew that remaining complicit would make him party to the crime. Driven by a deep sense of duty to his country and its people, he resolved to expose the truth no matter the cost. Devete's revelations set off a firestorm, igniting a fierce public debate. The scandal dominated headlines, sparking outrage and calls for accountability from all corners of society. As expected, threats against Devete and his family escalated, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. His safety and theirs was no longer guaranteed in Papua New Guinea, forcing them to make a difficult decision. Seeking safety, Devete and his family boarded a flight, leaving behind their home and lives, uncertain of what the future held. Forced into exile, Devete and his family sought refuge in Australia, a land foreign yet promising. Leaving behind their home, their friends and their lives was a heartbreaking decision, but one they felt was necessary for their survival and peace of mind. Even in exile, Devete remained a vocal advocate for justice, determined to see the fight through to its end, never wavering in his commitment to the truth. The conviction of Paul Paraka and the fight ahead. This case has been a landmark in the fight against corruption in Papua New Guinea, drawing attention from both national and international communities. Years after Devete first blew the whistle, justice finally prevailed. The courtroom was filled with a palpable sense of relief and triumph as the verdict was read. Paul Paraka was found guilty of misappropriating millions of kina and sentenced to a lengthy prison term. His conviction marked a significant milestone in the country's legal history. Though a significant victory, Devete recognized that the fight against corruption in Papua New Guinea was far from over. The conviction was just one battle in a much larger war. Devete's courageous act inspired a new generation of Papua New Guineans to stand up against corruption. His bravery has become a beacon of hope and a call to action for many. His story serves as a powerful reminder that one person's integrity and willingness to speak truth to power can bring about real change. Devete's actions have shown that even in the face of adversity, one can make a difference. The road ahead is long, but with each act of courage, Papua New Guinea moves closer to a future where the rule of law prevails over greed, and where justice is a reality for all. The journey is arduous, but the destination is worth every step.